Pay attention, you bastards.
Layoffs at Verizon have begun. The telecommunications giant revealed last week it is cutting 13,000 employees in an effort to, quote, reorient the entire company and simplify operations. In a letter to staff this morning, Verizon CEO Dan Schulman also said they're planning to significantly reduce outsourced and other outside labor expenses. It's the largest ever layoff in Verizon's history.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back. So for those of you who have not heard, Verizon just cut 13,000 jobs. And for those of you who are sitting back saying, well, what that got to do with me? Like, I'm a business owner. What that got to do with me? I work for this company. I'm in entertainment. I do this. I'm telling you, it's about to affect every single industry. I need y'all to listen up closely. If y'all don't get what I'm saying, I need you to listen up closely. See, I'm going to break it down to you the way nobody going to break it down to you. Verizon cutting 13,000 jobs. Y'all got to understand something first and foremost. Verizon is not broke. Let's be clear. Verizon is a major company. They're not just cutting little jobs. They knocking out whole departments. So I need y'all to understand, when you knock out a whole department, it's a restructure, right? So it's not about, oh, I'm broke and Verizon's a failing company, we're broke. No, what it is that when you knock out a whole company, you trying to restructure, and everybody's trying to make their companies way more automated, way less people. They're trying to trade people for machines. And that's the problem. A lot of people not understanding this in every single industry. When the major companies start doing this, the Verizons, the Walmarts, all these major companies, when they start doing this, understand that it's going to trickle down to the smaller company. I need y'all to follow me. Peep this, right? It can be amazing for some people, or it can be detrimental for some people, right? Them cutting jobs, you're gonna either be on one side or the other. Either you're gonna be the person that stays in the original structure of how things were, or you're gonna be that business person that says, you know what, I'm gonna capitalize off the situation. I'm gonna use what's around me. I'm going to use these social platforms. I'm going to use different skills, and I'm going to learn how to position myself correctly so that when these things do happen, I'm way ahead of the game. To be clear, when I say using social media, to be clear, what I'm saying is all of these companies are going to start using freelancers. They're going to start using independent contractors who can do different services. They don't necessarily work for the company, but they got skills to do different services, right? So it's going to be a vital thing if you in business, or even if you in corporate, it's going to be a vital thing to say to yourself, what am I great at? Not how good am I with working with the company? What am I great at, period? What skill do I have to where big companies are going to really need me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a little license or a little certification. That shit don't matter no more. So with that being said, you either going to be the skillful guy, or you're going to be the guy that says, oh, well, all I know how to do is work for a company, right? I'm telling y'all right now, those days are over of just saying, hey, I'll work for the company. What you guys need me to do? No, it's not about that no more. It's about who got the skills that provide value. You know what I'm saying? Who got the understanding as to how to get this done? Which to me, it's an amazing situation, because when you think about it, it forces people to go get skills, you know what I'm saying, to where you're valuable at any company. You can take a skill and say, hey, look, I can go here. They need me more than I need them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gonna have to start going about different situations. You gonna automatically win. That's the times that we in. So with that being said, I got some game for people who got the skills, who's building a business or trying to build a business or have already built the business, but they don't understand what value they really have and what value they can really bring to major companies. And again, I'm not saying I know everything about business. I'm just saying what has worked for me and what's working for me and what hasn't worked, right? For one, if you see major companies getting rid of certain things, like a whole bunch of employees, and replacing employees with AI, or replacing employees with softwares, if you see that, to me, common sense is they doing it. Why would not do it? If this is a multi-billion-dollar company, you know what I'm saying, a multi-million-dollar company, and they doing it, I probably should do it too. It kind of just makes sense. Build skills that's not easily replaceable, right? Build a skill that's so good that you're not easily replaceable. I always say, I think marketing is one of the best skills to have. If you have a community, right, that's not easy to replace, right? If you have influence, that's not easy to replace. So a big company says, hey, we need him more than he needs us, because he has a community of people that listen to everything he's talking about or everything she's talking about. Therefore, if we get them, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be able to drive their audience to our products or our services. And most important, do not ever depend on one single income stream. I tell people this so much, right? I always say, by trade, I'm a barber, right? I've been a barber since I was 13 years old, right? I've been cutting hair since I was 13, right? I built my business. I built my book of business. It's amazing, great money. But as you get older and as you go through different things, you're trying to make more money with that one income stream. That doesn't get you to where you're really trying to get to, right? It's great, and it's relative, right? It's relative to what you want to make, right? Some people's like, no, I'm cool with this amount of money. But then when you're trying to level up even more, you got to have other skills that you've learned over the years, you know what I'm saying, the other income streams, to where when that one's slow, even if it's not slow, if you are making, let's say, $100,000 a year as an example, and you're like, hey, I want to make an extra 50. What do you do to make an extra 50? If you don't have any income streams outside of that one, you're not gonna make no 150. You could add different things inside of what you do, but it's gonna be harder. So when you have other skills, you could bring that in, and it could supplement what it is you're already doing. This, to me, is one of the most important things in business in general. Just one of the most important things in business, you know what I'm saying, is understanding, if you only got one income stream, if something happens with that one income stream, you can't feed your family. You can't feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see that for nobody. I've been there, which is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I've been the guy that's like, bro, I only got this one income stream. This shit moving slow. I'm out here down bad. So with that being said, man, I'm not saying all this so you can sit around and be scared. I'm not saying all this so that, you know, you can sit around and say, hey, well, you know, what do I do? You know, and just get nervous and, you know, stressed out. I'm saying all this because, like I said, I've been on the other side of that. So when I see certain stuff like this happening, for me, I wish I had that person to say, hey, bro, you might want to look at this. Hey, bro, you might want to do this. Hey, bro, you might want to check this out, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have had that person. You know what I'm saying? So for me, all I'm saying is, look at these trends, pay attention to them. And like I said, whether you're in entertainment, you know what I'm saying, whether you're, you know, in corporate, whatever it may be, whether you don't have a skill yet and you're still trying to figure out what to do with life, I want you to understand where everything is going. I want you to understand, like, yo, this shit is not, we in a different day and age. We in a different day and age, to the point where if you're not skillful, right, if you don't have a skill that can't be duplicated like that, it's going to be hard for you to succeed in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So as I said earlier, with marketing, I always encourage people, build a community, right? Build a community that cares about you, that rocks with you, that trusts you. When you do that, that right there is valuable. You know what I'm saying? Big companies say to themselves, hey, well, let's tap in with him. Even if it's not marketing, even if it's, hey, look, I'm so good at doing this, I'm so good at doing that. You know what I'm saying? When you have those type of skills, you unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? And in the business world, people need you. It's not about he's easily replaceable, she's easily replaceable. No, y'all need me. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, this is kind of where my mindset has been at. you know what I'm saying, 2025, 2026 moving forward is what's your skills? You know what I'm saying? What's your skills? Are you valuable? Can they just knock you off, fire you? 13,000 people got fired at a major company. This is not a random thing. This is not something that you should take light. This is something that you should look at and say, why is this happening? Don't ever think for 1 second that job that you got, that you so proud of, you know what I'm saying, and you like, hey, I love them, they love me. That's fine, but just understand they can come in any second with a snap of a finger and be like, you know what, we got to get rid of y'all. It's not personal, it's business. So with that being said, prepare yourself. As always, man, I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one.